Hello there, you lovely lot. Welcome back to another fantastic show here on Crafters TV. It's a launch day, which is a real treat on a Saturday. We don't always have a launch day. We've actually got a launch-filled Saturday for you all day today. You saw it earlier in Play Your Crafts, right? It is, of course, the brand new Sharon Callis Florals collection. It was so incredibly busy. 6 amazing, 2, 4, yeah, 6. I'm just checking. I questioned myself there. 6 amazing brand new florals for you. Brand new flowers that are gorgeous. They make wonderful home decor items. You're going to be able to incorporate them beautifully into your crafting too. It's been very, very busy on this already. I'm going to introduce you to Sharon in just a second. But before I do that, my TV wife, Debbie Fisher, she's still around, which just makes me so happy, Debbie.
I'm glad to make you happy.
How gorgeous are these flowers?
Do you know what? They are so beautiful. We are thrilled to have Sharon with us today, so we will be seeing her in a little while. But first of all, Sharon sent us in these, so I'm going to show you. This is incredible. I mean, it's absolutely a masterpiece, isn't it? I mean, it's so, so pretty. This is showing lots of the different flowers. In fact, pretty much all the flowers that you see here are in this collection. So being able to make something like this would be amazing. I mean, can you imagine making that for your Mother's Day? It would just, I know you can't do that now, but do you know what I mean? That would just be so beautiful. Think of birthdays, someone that's retiring, you know, pottering around in the garden, that sort of thing is amazing. But just doing your regular makes, making boxes, decorating. I love the fact that Sharon's incorporated the embossing folder. So we can see this beautiful one in the background here, and on our boxes we're going to be doing a box later on in the show to show you just how beautiful that embossing folder is. The lilies on here are just spectacular, and you see all the little dots on there. They're what are in the paper pads that come with them, creating beautiful makes like this. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. Having those champagne roses, having all these little flowers, they're just incredible. All the foliage you can see on these as well, all come included in these dies. I would absolutely recommend sitting down one afternoon and just using your little mini to go through and cut all the foliage leaves, because you always need them to decorate your flowers with. And just one more we'll show here, where you can see that beautiful embossing folder in the background, which is so exquisite. You'll absolutely love them, and they're so easy to do as well, Joe. Yeah, they really are, and thanks to the technology built into them that Sharon has designed, you're going to be able to create these so quickly and easily. Lots of you tuning in and saying hello already, lots of you shopping already as well. Carla says hi everyone, Tammy is in Massachusetts, Sherry's in Illinois, the lovely Lynn is in from Essex as well, Suzette is in PEI. Who else we got? We're very international today. Olga's in Brooklyn, Laquietta's in Kentucky, Anne saying good afternoon, Bethan is here as well. If you want to get in touch, you've got any questions for myself, for Sharon, for Debbie, please drop us a line. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're over on YouTube. Just to quickly give you an outline of the collection, it is going already. 6 of those amazing brand new flowers in there, those quilling dies, 2 beautiful frames in here, 2 really gorgeous embossing folders that are really going to help those backgrounds pop, and then all of the backgrounds, or all the papers, sorry, I should say, that you're going to use to quill those gorgeous flowers. Lots of you choosing to add extras of the papers in already. That's a really savvy move. I would definitely urge you to that. You're looking at under £80 or $100 if you are a platinum member, but it is time, without further ado. Breath of fresh air every time she joins us here on Crafters TV. Sharon's here. How are you, Sharon?
Hi, Joe. Hi, Jamie. Hi, everybody. How are you?
All really, really well, thank you. The sun is out. It's shining here. Is it nice there?
Absolutely glorious. It is absolutely glorious. Yeah, I don't know what to do with myself. It's like this orange glowy ball in the sky I haven't seen in months. It's weird.
It just puts a spring in your step, Sharon, doesn't it? Everyone's just instantly in a better mood. And I tell you what, these flowers, these are perfect to take us into the summer, aren't they?
They are. When I designed this collection, you know, I had spring, I had summer in mind. And I mean, with spring and summer, you know, nature bursts into life, and you can be part of that with this collection, you know, whether it's for, as Debbie was saying, you know, for birthdays, anniversaries, you know, get well. Wedding season is coming up, and all the florals that are in these are traditionally what you may find in a bouquet as well. So if you don't want to do them with colour, I mean, you know, you do them in white, you know, centerpieces, you know, altar decorations, everything. It's absolutely fantastic for that.
Yeah, it really is. And talking about weddings, Sharon, I'm sure lots of people, we've got like a couple years worth saved up. It's going to be the year of the wedding this summer. I can sense it. Lots of people are getting married. I am definitely taking applications still. So if anyone would like to marry me, pop into the comments. I'm totally a free single and available. Debbie would like to marry me, but not in that sense, Debbie. You know, I don't think you've got all the qualifications. Anyway, Sharon, enough about me. Would you take us through this amazing collection, everything we're getting included?
I will. There is so much in this collection, but we'll start with the flowers because they're the mainstay of this collection. And the flowers that are in this now are new flowers that I haven't had out before or attempted. So the development of these, you know, was a lot of trial and error, but I think that we hit it on the spot. So I'll go through those now. So the first one that we're going to go with is the lily. Now look at this gorgeous lily here. Very simple to make, has its stamens and its foliage. I mean, look at the size of that die there, and you get such a gorgeous bloom with that. And I'll show you how to make this one later on as well.
Gorgeous.
So that is our lily. And as you can see, it has stamens in it as well, the tall ones and the small ones. But on the papers, you will see, if I can get the glare off it there you can see it. It's got the paper already, and I'll go through the pad section, and I'll show you how that was achieved. So that's our lily. Next, we have our champagne rose. Now, you can see two on this here. That's created just one. The larger one is created by just continuing on with the second strip. So that is our champagne rose, and again, you get the foliage of that one. Next, we have our orchid. So look at the detail that's in this orchid. Your petal. It actually looks, someone said to me, it looks like a clarinet. The die cut itself, but it's so simple. You will be amazed when this is die cut and quilled how easy this flower forms. You know, it is an intricate flower with two different size petals, but that will come together really quickly for you. Next, then we have our Ranunculus. Again, you'll see two on this because the burgundy one is made with just one strip. But look at that, look at the larger bloom, and that is just by adding a strip, and you can keep adding and adding and adding, and you will get a bigger bloom. That comes with its foliage as well. Then we have our tea rose. The beauty of the tea rose is, a tea rose is generally a small little tiny rose that may be in a climbing plant, small one, but the petals might look like little love hearts, but you actually turn back the corners, and that gives you the bold shape in the petal. And again, we've got two sizes, so the one strip will create the smaller one, and the two strips will give you a bigger bloom. And you can see the variation using the papers as well, the tones with that. Next, we have the mountain peony. Again, perfect. You can create two different sizes with this, but this is a really delicate foliage in that one. So that's all our flowers. Then we move on to some little accessories that you get. So we have two framed on this. So it's called Rose Bliss, and the other one is called Rose. And look at the detail. So what you can actually do is when you like these leave it in the die and then run over the back of it with an ink dauber and get the beautiful detail for future brings it, and then you can just leave it blank. But look for your sentiment. Or if you were to cut that twice and run one of them on the embroidered snip a bit of flower, that will go on top of more dimension. So that is rose bliss. The one here, the rectangular one, then look at that, isn't that gorgeous? That is called pretty posies, and you've got your little daisies up the side and your Ranunculus there as well. So there's other little flowers in these as well. And then we move on, we've got two embossed folders. And the first one is called Fine Blue. And I just wanted to show you there the detail that you can get with these folders. So this was just color blended background using the Harmony ink pads. And then this is on white card, and it's just a bit of gilded wax just to bring out the detail. But look how gorgeous that is. And then we have finally our ornate tiles. So the inspiration behind this was, if you went into an old-fashioned greenhouse or orangery, anyone who's watching a certain program on Netflix at the moment will know all about an orangery. So the tiling effect that you get in that was the inspiration behind this embossing folder, and it's 3D, so the detail in that is absolutely important. So not only do you get those, but you get 6 glorious paper pads, one for each bloom. And do you know what, Joe? Looking at these, and I've had people inquire as well who bought succulents and are having trouble trying to get hold of the paper pads. These would be perfect for your succulents as well. So I would say, if you have your succulent dies, stock up on these paper pads as well. So you'll get double the use out of them. But I just want to show you the lily paper, because you've got the green tone, but look, speckled. And because it's done like that, you line the die down the center line. That cut out will give you variation petals. Look at that, and there's there lily. But don't forget, new sentiment dies on these as well, and you get lovely ombre effect sentiments for your project. So that's the lily pad, and like I said, we've got for all the flowers, the champagne rose, got it for the orchid as well, and then we move to the Ranunculus, we have the tea rose and the peony. That's all the paper pads that you get with it as well.
Amazing, incredible value as well is what you are getting, because you've got 25% saving straight off the bat there. Everyone saves $41.85 or $55.55. That's before you think about your Club Inspired discount on top of that as well. That is why, just from the earlier show, already a fifth of our launch stock has already sold out and gone. It's very, very busy on this at the moment over on the website. If you are a platinum member, $79.99, $98.92, I would absolutely suggest you add some of the extra paper pads into your basket too. They're $6.99 in the UK, $8.95 in the US. They're all available in this show individually. I would definitely say, if you are a platinum member, US, definitely use that to get yourself to that $125 minimum spend. If you are spending £50 or dollars on individuals, you will get an extra 10% off as well. So whether that's collection of the extra paper pads, make sure you're spending that £50 or dollars to grab a hold of that. If you want to place your orders early doors, sit back, relax and enjoy the rest of the show, brilliant way to do it. Head over to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, hit the shop the show button. There you'll see the whole collection and all of the individual elements. A lot of love for this in the comments at the moment as well. The frames are so pretty, says Pam E, and loving the frames as well. Mariah is really loving it. Christine says, I love this Sharon collection. Awesome job creating this. Jenny says it's gorgeous. Rhonda letting me know that the lily and the orchids are their favourites. They've already got those in their baskets and checked out. If you do want to build your own bundle, as I said, you can spend £50 or dollars and you'll receive 10% off, and everything is available individually for you. But without further ado, I think it's time to see how these flowers come together, Sharon, because I know that you're so excellent at making these dies so accessible, because there's no, double cutting, sticking, all of those kind of things. It's very straightforward, isn't it?
It is a very straightforward method of quilling flowers, and anybody who is familiar with quilling or is new to quilling may be more familiar with the single-sided die. And what that die did was, you cut out your sheet of paper, but you had to cut it twice. Then you had to glue those together, but try and layer one on top of the other and work out the alignment. Leave that dry, and what happens then when you go to quill it? It's stiff, it's hard. When you go to quill it, it all buckles, petals will come off, and each flower would look different. But with this system, all that faff, as I call it, is gone out of it. It's literally one cut, one fold, and each flower that you make will look as good as the last. So I'll show you the die here now for anyone who's not familiar with double-sided quilling die. All the Arts and Flowers quilling dies are like this, so they're double-sided. And what you get is the petals are offset with each other. So one side is slightly higher than the other, but it has a center perforation as well, and that's your fold line. These work best when you use a double-sided paper. However, if you've got a single-sided paper that you want to use, you can still do that, and you can still cut along the perforation and go about the old-fashioned way. But this system is to take all those steps out for you and make the process so much easier, so much faster, so much cleaner, and you use less paper, you use less glue. So for this is the champagne rose. So I've chosen this one just to show you the basics of how these quilling flowers come together. And I've got the champagne rose paper pad here. And as you can see, this is a bit different as well. It's got some ombre tone in this one. So, or it has the double-sided. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ombre tone here page now. So these pages are slightly bigger than your die. But what you can do is move your die over to the side here, right? So what I'm doing is I'm going to use maybe a little bit of tape to hold that in place to stop it moving around. And I just put a little bit in the corner. That means then I can use this sheet again by putting the die in the reverse down this way, and I've got two flowers from one sheet of paper when you're using the ombre tones. So we're going to run that through the Gemini. So really quickly. So it's so easy to put this flower together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some red liner. Now I recommend the cream because it's smaller than the die standing it out. So look, just show you, right? There's the sheet you've left over. Pop your die up here again, and you've got flower in one sheet. So you can make it go along there, or down right to here. That piece that's left, use that to cut out a sentiment. So you can get two flowers and a sentiment from that sheet of paper. And there's 30 sheets in each pad, so it does go a long way. But like all the flowers in the past, pads are very quick. So I do say stock up on those. Right, so this is our basic die cut that we have here now, double-sided. And as you can see, there's two tones in it. So it's darker at the smaller petal and brighter at the front. So your center of your flower will be darker than the outer petals. So what I'm going to do is then add some shaping to this. Because this is a 180 GSM paper, it's quite stiff. So I recommend getting the ball tool, and then you're just going to work on the petals to soften them up. And when you press down, you'll see that they're cupping up. So what happens then is when I quill this with those cups facing me, I get a closed bloom. If I was to flip cups facing the other way, petals would come out. So you can get two cups as well with it. So for this one, I'm going to do the closed cup. And then for tea rose, I'll do the open cup. And then it said, watch this back again if you want to follow along. Right, so I'm only going down one side, and then I flip it over. Then I do the other side. And I'll show you why I've done that when I fold it down the center. So working along, and you can actually put more ink on these as well. You can add more ink, you know, if you want to darken it or add a little bit of filters. You're more than welcome to do that. Now, so simple, look at that. I've just folded it along the perforation, and all the alignment is done for you. So there's no thinking of that. It's already joined together, so I don't need glue. So straight away, I can go ahead and quill this flower. So we'll start then. You can use liquid glue, but just for speed today, I'm going to use the red liner tape. So moving that along, and then snip that off at the end. Then I'll rest with the red liner tape getting the backing off it, which is what normally happens. And then we're just going to lift up the backing on this paper and take that off. Right, so now we're ready to quill. So to quill this, you have a choice. You can use a tweezers, or you can use a quilling tool, or you can even use your pokey tool. I love to use the quilling tool. Any quilling tool would do, or these tweezers, which most of us would have in our crafting arsenal. So I'm going to use the quilling tool. And if the paper is too thick, you can spread out the prongs on that as well. There's no problem. Right, so starting at the front, at the small petal, you always start with the smaller petals and you start to turn. To make it easier, pinch the first petal, curve it in, and go again. Next petal pops up, give it a pinch, and again, and the third one a pinch. So once you've done the third one, you should be able to do, that's just to protect the glue. Now I'm putting no pressure on this, quite light, I'm just rubbing it on, don't want to be too light, and then sure, and that's it. Then you spread out your pen. Now you will not make an easy flower with that. And then you put some of your accent drops on it, dip it, eat it, a little bit of glue, dip it, to add a little bit of sparkle. But that's how easy, simple it is. To get it off the quilling tool, don't pull like that because you could damage it. Put pressure on the centre. So don't pull away the flower, and that's how we get our glue. So then the champagne rose. Now we have our fold, and just really quickly as well, you get these pads or feet of for greenery, and you can push around with these. Play around them right from your sheet. Just going to trim that off, and just really quickly pop up our foliage, and then now you can do these in mini as well. The dies all fit Gemini mini, but the pads are a bit wider, so you would have to trim the paper pads for all these flower dies to Gemini mini if you have that and fold it. And then we just take these out. And look how easy they just come out of the dies as well. So because they're delicate, you're not going to be pulling at them, and there won't be damage. Look how easy that comes out. So then really just to finish, I'm just going to get a little bit of 3D gel. So now one of the features that you get is this. Now it looks like a little star, and it's without, that's Alex. This is what you use to basically finish the back of the flower. Now you can use 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. So all you do is put a little bit of glue gel on that, a little bit on that, and then you pop that over the back of the flower. And what that does is, it hides the mechanism, the quilling. And so if you're doing buttonholes for weddings or corsages or flower crowns, you use these. They have a little hole in them as well to wire. So this disguises the back as well, gives it a more professional look. Then we're going to get our foliage, play around with the petals, just push them up a little bit of glue there, and then you get this. So you just play around with these, and then just again back with your 3D gel, put a little bit down, cross them over, and then a little bit on the back of this. And that just brings it all together. And there you have it. You just let that dry, let that set. And I'll just bring that closer up now to the camera so you can see it.
Absolutely gorgeous. It really, really is. Remind me which one that was again, Sharon?
That is the champagne rose.
The champagne rose. Absolutely stunning. It really is. And remember, there are 6 amazing flowers that you are getting included within here as well. Now that we've come over, and I'm not going to bring them over to you, I'm not going to be able to look underneath to see which one's which. So this one here, this is the Ranunculus that you can see there. A really lovely, gorgeous flower. This one here, I know this one, this is your Orchid that you can see just there. Again, absolutely beautiful. I love how these have been done in the little pots too. I think it's super, super cute. I'm guessing this one is the mountain peony. It doesn't say. Well, let's go with mountain peony on that one. That's not the mountain peony. That's the teacup rose, because that's the mountain peony. Then that one's the tea rose, so that one's not the tea rose. That one's the one that's not the lily, the tea rose, or the mountain peony. This one, of course, is then gorgeous, gorgeous lily. It's a champagne rose, the mountain peony. This one is that wonderful tea lily. and then that one, tea rose, sorry, and then that one is the gorgeous lily. Well, that went well, didn't it? You've seen Sharon put one of those together. Honestly, you can tell it's the weekend. Sorry, Sharon. But Debbie is now going to show us how we can incorporate that into a finished project, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Sharon, for that. It's amazing to see just exactly how those flowers are done. I'm going to speed a bit through mine because you've seen them. But yes, we're going to do a finished project incorporating that flower after every one of Sharon's showing you her take on that flower. So first of all, let's cut it out. Now, what I do like to do, like Sharon said, using your papers frugally is really good, but I'm going to use them with 2 pieces at once because it means not only can you put 2 pieces on here, you can cut them extras out where you need them. So I'm going to pop this to the end of my card and send that through my Gemini. And then pop that just through. Now, if you've got any other die cutting machine, you still should be able to cut 2 at once. If you're not sure, just cut 1. And if you want, you could just put it through a couple of times and that would do that. So before I take that off, I'm going to show you how we can then just place that on the opposite end. And can you see, like Sharon was saying, we can now fit another one in. So with using our Gemini Junior plates, it has literally took us less than 20 seconds to get 4 die cut flowers. Nice. I mean, that's amazing to think that you can then just get onto that quilling of your flowers and die cut loads. Like, just have a little pot, die cut loads of flowers, and then you've got them ready to quill whenever you want. Be a bit gentle. I've just ripped that off of my
very heavy-handed,
my
Debbie.
platform. I think I'm very
You don't know
heavy.
your own strength, Debbie.
Well, I didn't know I had any strength, honestly, Joe. I'm not, this cold has floored me,
Has
honestly.
it?
Yeah, it's horrible.
There's a lot of it going around at the moment, isn't there?
So much, yeah, so much going around. So just one of those things. Right, so now what you could do, you can add extra ink if you want to. So you could just take your ink pad and we could just add extra ink on the top. So we do have, oh, I'm saying we do have, we did in the earlier show, do we have still the water reactive ink pads, George?
We do have a collection of ink pads that have been put together. Yes, water reactive ones specifically for this berry collection as well. I'll take you through those in just a few minutes.
So what we're going to do, like Sharon was saying, now Sharon's used her ball tool, so I'm going to do mine slightly different because I think it would be good to show a difference in what you can do. So the first thing is to fold that perforation line in the centre, and then we can see that when you pop these together, you've got that piece that joins, so you literally fill in the gaps along there, which is amazing. So doing all that, I like to do that first because it's easier to get that done before you start shaping your flowers. And then what I want to do, I want to just give them a little curl. So I'm just using my tool just to give me a little bit of sort of curve on the edge of our petals. So you can use your ball tool, you can curve them, you can pinch them with your fingers. There's lots of different ways that you can make your flowers work for you. So, and then we're just going to go on the opposite. So, I want to do that the same way, but we want to go
a lot of people talking about all the things they're going to be making when they get these. Mariah says, can't wait to give this play. I'm 100% going to be making that floating plant pot as soon as I get these home.
Absolutely amazing.
Miriam saying, I'm really loving the orchid and the tea rose and the lily. Terry saying how beautiful they are. Barbara says the finished flower looks so nice. I didn't think it was as easy to make as that. Now I know better. Can't wait to try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yes, a lot of you saying, watching Sharon do it as well, as giving you clarity about how they go together. So a lot of you are going to be giving these quilling flowers a go for the first time. They are quite straightforward, aren't they, Debbie?
Oh, so straightforward, yeah. I love how easy they are. What you do have to remember, because they're 3D, that you'll need a box to put them in, or an envelope box to make to put them in, so your flowers don't get squished down. I love the fact that we can make them using, with anything, whether you've got a quilling tool, your tweezers, your pokey tool, so lots of different ways to
I'd quite like a bit
up.
of spray and sparkle over them, you know, as well.
Oh, yes. And yeah, and in fact, I did think before I come on the show, Joe, that I wish I'm just going to grab my tweezers. I wish that I had have put some glitter on the end, had some glitter with me, because I think adding a bit of glue to the ends, and then just going to turn these little pieces in. There we go. Right, so just going to turn that round. I've got awkward tweezers here. I've got tweezers that have got that sort of end pokey bit on them. But there we go, popping that in. So popping that bit out. So we've done ours slightly different, where we've got that curved leaf coming out. I'm just pulling all my petals there. Let's pop that to the side. So we've got extra ones there to then make later on. So what I do want to do, Joe, is we're going to bring in the beautiful embossing folders. These are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to pop this one in, and then we're just going to, again, I'm just going to follow through with a yellow, and we're going to apply that straight to our embossing folder. So straight on there. I'm not worrying about my embossing folder. I'm just literally going to take that straight to it, put my piece of card inside, and then you can see we've got yellow and white.
And what type of ink pad was it you used there? Sorry,
so I'm using the water reactive lemon tonic,
okay.
yes. And for your embossing folders, you need your plastic shim, your magnetic shim, your card and your folder, and then your top plate. And then we're just going to send that through our Gemini. Now, if you do have a Gemini MIDI, you can just put them straight through, Joe, your embossing folder. You don't need any other platform at all. Your 3D folders will go straight through your Gemini MIDI. And that will give us a beautiful design. It's one of my favourite things to do is the letterpress. Look at that.
Really, really cool.
It's so beautiful,
and that's such a versatile design, that embossing folder. You're going to use that with loads of stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I love it as well because although it's got that sort of trellis feel about it, I think it's very manly as well. I think if you do that for your Father's Day cards, and it would look really beautiful. Oh, yeah. George has just said about mirror card. It would look amazing on mirror card.
Yes, it would.
Right, so I've just got myself, we're just going to do a really simple card, Joe. I've cut this card to size for our embossing folder, and then we're going to pop that on the top. It's really weird, the back of this. It almost feels like a cushion. It's so embossed, it feels cushiony.
It looks amazing. It really does. Even the deboss looks incredible.
It does, yeah, absolutely. Right, so just popping that into place. And letterpressing is so easy to do when you just apply your ink to your folder. Oh, it doesn't want to grab hold. There we go. So just pop that onto our front of our card. So we're just doing a basic 5x7 card. And then I've just got a sentiment to put on. I'm just going to grab, I didn't grab those, they disappeared, didn't they, those foam pads that I pinched earlier.
Oh yeah, what happened to those?
I don't know, Tracy might
have you stolen them? Has Tracy stolen them back?
Someone's nabbed them back.
Probably Tracy, yeah, sounds like our Tracy.
So we're going to just pop that over the side here, and then we're going to bring in some. So I've got the ones that we've done here, let's bring those in, and I've done a few extra sort of pink ones just to tie in a little bit of different colour. We've then cut out some of those leaves, and like Sharon said, just folded, literally just nip those in to fold them, and then we're going to pop them into place. So I'm just going to see if we've got any, yes we have, 3D glue gel. So this is a great one to use because it allows you to position them without being too worried if they're not in the right place to start with. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue just onto these pieces, so I'm going to have that coming out onto
it's really
the side there.
important to have nice foliage as well, isn't it? I think it's one of those things you can really overlook quite easily. But it really, when you've got the right foliage for the right flowers, it really finishes it off. It like grounds it, doesn't it?
Oh, so much, Joe. I can't even tell you how excited us crafters get about having different types of leaves that we can put on things, because they do, you're right, they give it that finishing touch and just look amazing. And then we're just going to put that last one on, just onto there. And we're keeping that really nice and simple, just showing that lovely sentiment. And there we go, nice and simple. But how amazing and simple is that card to do? And literally takes seconds to do, which
really
is amazing.
does. But so effective, Debbie. And I think if you wanted to make a lot of something as well, you need a few cards to make. You could batch make those quite simply and easily, but they look like they've taken you hours to do. And that really is thanks to the quality in the design of those dies that Sharon has put together for us. 6 brand new flowers for you, which is amazing. So you're getting everything you need in here. 2 sets of the frames, which are going to make the beautiful, a beautiful sort of mount for you to put some of those flowers up onto. You've got 2 of the embossing folders in there, 6 brand new flowers. You're also going to get 6 of the paper pads. Now, Sharon did say if you're struggling to get hold of paper pads for the succulents or any of her other flowers, these work quite well with those other ranges. So there are 6 different paper pads in here for you. They're all available individually. What a lot of you are choosing to do is add an extra one of all the paper pads into your basket. It's a very, very savvy way to go. So if you want to get those, I'll take you through the paper pads and just share with you the ones that are in there. Brilliant for these flowers, going to work brilliantly with other quilled flowers that Sharon may have gone for. So this one is your tea rose, if you want to go for that. Details are going to pop up on the bottom of your screen. That one there is your tea rose. You get 30 sheets in each of these as well. Then you've got the champagne rose, which is this next one just here. Then you've got your lily, which is my absolute favourite. The way that Sharon's managed to get that spotting detail on there, which is what you get on your petals where it's marked by the stamens, it's just amazing. Next one is the mountain peony. Really lovely, sort of gentle ombre on this one. You've got your orchid here. And then finally, you've also got the Ranunculus in there as well. So if you want to go for extras of the paper pads, they are available individually. Remember, when you spend £50 or dollars on individuals, you get 10% off, which is fantastic. Also, a brilliant way of getting you up to that $125 shipping threshold. I do need to let you know of our launch stock, 1/3 of that stock has already gone. It is very, very busy across on the website at the moment. Definitely a great opportunity to place your orders. We'll give you an opportunity to check out just shortly. But Sharon is going to go through another flower with us. I was so pleased to see this next flower in the collection. Lilies, Sharon, are my all-time favourite flower. My house feels naked without lilies in it. I have them at home all the time. And you've come up with such a realistic way of achieving them, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, it was. I love lilies as well. And I have had lily kind of die. Never a quilling flower that's a lily. And with this as well, you know, the spacing is done for you, the alignment is done again for you, and it's the same method for making it. So once you master one arts and flower, you can master them all. So I'll show you really quickly how the lily is put together, and it's so simple. And just to show you, because of the size of the die, I was able to get 2 from the one sheet there with that. So all you do, so this is what your lily die cut looks like. Now I'm going to add a little bit of orange to the tips of the stamens on this. So just really quickly using my tri-blend, putting it on. And as I said, you know, you could add some glitter spray and sparkle to this as well if you wanted. Or indeed, if you have any of other stamens, you can always add them in as well. You know, you're not limited to the paper stamen. So just add a little bit to that. Now, before I assemble this, what I'm going to do is, if you look at a natural lily plant, the tips hold back on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this way, and I'm just going to use the quilling tool on the tip, and lift, hold, and then loosen it. That's all I'm doing. So put the quilling tool, roll it, then loosen it out. So do the same with it. And then flip it over and do the same. Now you can give them a little pinch as well to add more shape when it's quilled. So the thing with a lily flower, when you look at it, you know, it's got three petals above and 3 petals below. They're kind of in sequence, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to start quilling. I'll use the red liner tape again just for speed. You can use the 2. So this is the 3 mil, and we snip that off. And you won't believe how easy this lily comes together, because lilies are quite a complicated flower to construct when they're pieced together. This is so easy.
Getting the backing off the red line is the hardest job with these flowers, isn't it, Sharon?
Oh, it is. It is so, like, you know, red liner tape is my nemesis, I have to say.
You and me both. It's the one thing that that stumps me. There's a lot of love coming in for the papers, especially in the lilies. I think they are genius the way they've been designed, Sharon.
It's all about trying to make it as realistic as possible for the minimum effort, and that's what this system is. Okay, so I've quilled the petals or the stamens. So, like I said, I'm going to start quilling the main thing. I am not putting any pressure on this, but I'm giving them a little pinch again. This just helps with the curve of them. You see? Now, and then just down to the end. I'm waiting to see how easy this is, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Amazing. So simple.
So you've got three that are on the top, and you've got your 3 that are on the bottom. Look at that. And look at the shape that it's in of a lily. And then just play around with the stamens and spread them out. And look how simple that is. Your 3 sit on the top, and you've got your 3 on the bottom in their kind of triangulation, if that's the word. Again, pushing it up with quilling tool rather than pulling it. And then we just have our foliage. So I just cut them earlier, just giving that a curve. So there's 1, and I've got 2 of the bigger ones now. And I'm just going to, again, with the 3D gel, put them together. One over the other. And the center with this one. Bring that down the side. Then I'm going to sit the lily in the center of that. And that is our lily.
Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, and so realistic, as all the flowers are in this particular collection. I know you're going to absolutely adore putting these together, and people are going to adore receiving the different cards, home decor projects. Home decor, these are going to be absolutely stunning for. They really, really are. I want to take a break just quickly and give you an opportunity to check your baskets out, because it is so busy. Approaching 40% of our launch stock has gone. And there's a lot of you with this sat in your basket at the moment. So we're going to give you an opportunity to check out. You're not going to miss any demonstrations, but we'll see you back here for more inspiration in just a few moments.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in. Quick Buy, get yours now. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Hannah Hicks says Joe's looking very well today. Hannah, stop it.
Sun, you look like you've got a little bit of a tan.
I've just got a little bit of extra foundation on today. I think that maybe what it is. I did look when I put my makeup on earlier and then looked at my hands and I thought, yeah, there's no way I'm the same shade. If I didn't have a beard, I'd have a big tide mark around here somewhere, Debbie.
I did that the other week, didn't I? I looked at my hands and they were really white and my face looked really brown.
Yeah.
Fake tan.
To be fair though, I did. Wednesday was gorgeous, wasn't it? I was in London all day on Wednesday. I think I did get the sun a little bit. I was actually looking a little bit sunburnt on Wednesday evening. So
It's surprising how strong it's been this sun.
Yeah.
So nice and beautiful.
So hopefully a few days in the sun next week I'll be like a bronze god when I get home. You won't recognise me. I'll be 85% crackling. Who else have got? Pammy says so pretty and easy. I'm going to put these on my wish list. Flower forming foam. Can we use these with flower forming foam? Well, something we talked about earlier, wasn't it? Sharon's giving me a reassuring nod there in the monitor. Absolutely. We'll ask Sharon about that when we go back over to her as well. Just lots of love for these across the board. Miriam says absolutely gorgeous. Lily says stunning. What an exciting addition to our crafting stash this is going to be. Thank you for your undeniable talents. Love that. Right, we're going back over to Debbie, who's got more inspiration for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I love the lily. It is absolutely my favourite. I could just use this all day long.
One of your girls called Lily?
Everything. Sorry?
Is one of your daughters called Lily?
No.
Poppy.
Poppy.
Oh, so close, sorry.
Kyra was nearly a lily.
Sorry?
Kyra was nearly
You'd
a
had
lily.
Poppy and Lily?
Yeah,
I
we
like
would have
that.
had a Poppy and a Lily, yeah, because...
cute.
but
Well,
when
for
she
the
came out,
purpose
she
of the
just did-
story, let's just say that one of them's called Lily. Just to...
Why can't I tell a story, Joe? Don't do that. I'm going to tell it now. So
for the
she
purpose of this
all I was
story.
going to say, she didn't look like a lily when she came out. That's all
She
I was gonna
did?
say. She didn't. That's why she didn't get called Lily. Yeah.
She looked like a baby.
Well, they all look like babies, Joe. It's just being facetious, isn't he?
You can tell we're a married couple, can't you? Honestly.
Joe thinks I talk too much.
I don't.
Oh, you do.
I do not.
You do. Right, actually, let's get... Right,
Shots fired.
shush over there. Let's get on with the demo. His mic's down. Thank you, George. Right, I'm going to use Spring Meadow and Fuchsia. So, and because they just blend in nice with the patterns we've got on here. I love this one, Joe, because what I love is you've got this little bud one. Now, if you position your bud, you can sort of position over the green for your leaves and then your sort of pink into the bud as well. So you get that ombre effect. And then we can place that on there as well. Then I'm going to use this for my leaves. Now, because we can cut a couple, I am going to move that and we can have a sort of ombre effect of that as well. So let's pop those through. So use my, I've lost my, it's right under here. There we go. So
But the colour weight is bang on as well, isn't it, with this lily pad? I think that's what I really love about it. That's a real, I think it's, are they stargazers, this particular variety here?
I would say so. I've got another one underneath, Joe. I'm cutting through two. If I just bring that off, look at this one. Look how nice. I know.
Gorgeous.
Almost looks like a lightsaber going through.
It does, doesn't it? Beam me up, Scotty.
So popping that onto there, just making sure we've got that intact. And that one, and then we're just going to use one for our leaf. And in fact, I don't really want to waste that, so let's just cut a piece of that off. And then afterwards, I'm going to cut out, we haven't even shown you the actual frame dies that are with these, which are absolutely stunning. So let's cut these ones out. Pop them through our Gemini. Make sure we've got that all sandwiched nice together so that it doesn't slip. If you're not really sure, just put a piece of tape down just to hold them in place before you put them in your machine, and they'll all be good. So just popping those out, and then we're going to cut that frame one as well. So this one is the Rose Bliss, I think. Yes, the Rose Bliss frame. This has got beautiful detail in it, Jo. It's actually got lots that you can, an area where you can emboss and stencil through, which is why I love it. So
I think we do a lot of these very well, don't we? These sort of stencil through dies that we see lots of now. I'm just going to give you an even. It's just I think, especially for something like home decor or box frames or something like that.
Yes.
This is going to give you a really beautiful mount to put those flowers on. So
Yeah.
you know you've got everything in here that you need to make gorgeous projects from, you know, like the little pot plants that we've seen, home decor. I'm thinking scrapbooks, box frames, cards. It's going to really transcend all of the different crafting you could want to do with this. I think that's why the value's so good.
Yeah, really good. And it's so nice that we have a collection which we can, like you say, to make 3D projects with. Because I think more and more we are starting to make 3D projects. Now you can see I'm being really careful with turning that out, because what we're then going to do is place our embossing mat over the top once we've turned it round, take out our magnetic shim, put in our plastic and our top one, and then run that back through. And the reason I'm doing that is because the flowers on them, the roses on each corner, on both the frame dies, have a really beautiful raised boss effect. So let's take those ones out. And then you'll be, I mean, you can see straight away, can you see how that's embossed, that detail of the rose through there? But we still want to keep that in place, because what I am going to do, we're going to emboss through here now. So we're using it as a stencil. So not only these are cutting dies, they're embossing dies and they're stencil dies. So let's bring in that pink. Let me just grab this one. And then we're just going to go round, or go into this effect here, which is just going to really highlight that beautiful flower. And it's just going to tie all together. And there's no harm, because I always think roses and lilies go lovely together. So we're going to just, I'm going to just tap that out. So that falls, look at that. I mean, how absolutely exquisite is this die?
Lily's one of the ones you get in quite just plain colours as well, so nothing to stop you just cutting, you know, your lilies in plain white cardstock with some green foliage. I think they look very classy if you want to do them like that.
Absolutely. So, although this is a white frame, I do want to add some green to it as well. So I'm just making sure that we pop out all those little pieces. So just them last bits here. And then we're just going to use our ink to go around the edges. So I'm going to bring in my dauber, and then I just want to, and in fact, just so I don't make a mess, Jo, let's just grab this. I've got a scrap piece of card. And I'm just going to sort of go around the edges here, just to add a little bit of colour, because we're going to put this onto white card, but I really want to just highlight some of the colour.
And what is that you're using? Is it the fuchsia, Debbie, you use?
This I've used fuchsia, and this one is the spring meadow.
Perfect.
Yep, so just to go around there.
Oh, it's looking very regal, Debbie.
Yeah, when we take it off there, look how pretty that is.
So cool.
It is, it's so, so lovely. Right, so let's pop those to one side. We've got our lily cut out here, show how beautiful they are. We've got that little bud as well. Now you could always colour this in, or you could cut it out again and then matte and layer, so the choice is yours. I've just got my card blank, which we're going to pop that onto the front, and we're going to keep this one really simple. I love the effect of just being able to create something that really pops in the centre of your card. So first of all, I'm going to pop them onto some foam pads. So I need to find those bigger ones, because there's only small ones over here.
Beth says, craft all day, party all night. Sounds like fun. Sounds like my kind of holiday.
Absolutely.
Janine, sorry, is loving the Sensational Sky. Says it's clever, Debbie. I never thought of doing that with the inks and the dyes. There's quite a lot of dyes now in our range, aren't there, that have that open space you can ink through.
Absolutely, and I think for a long time dyes just cut out. Years ago they didn't, Jo. When I first started getting into dye cutting, it was there was always dyes that you could ink through, and then we seemed to just do such intricate dyes that it was almost like we'd forgotten to put in that detail again. So and now it's back. Definitely use it, because they make such a difference. I mean, that on itself just looks amazing. So then what we're going to do is use our where's my lily dye? I just had it here. Oh, it's still in there. Actually, I did take it out. I think that's, oh no, they
Would
are
make a
still
lovely
in there.
photo frame that on its own, wouldn't it?
Oh, so much so. But look at this one. I mean, how nice is that? Just, this is where Sharon's really thought about, especially with those papers. Look at the ombre effect we're getting in that one piece and the white in the middle. It just looks exquisite. So we're going to fold these in half. We've got all those stamens, and then all we're going to do is I'm going to use my tool. Now you can use your ball tool. I'm literally just going to give these a curl. So each way like so, and then we're going to pop our red liner tape on. So if I can find it, I've got myself in a bit of a mess. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. So let's pop this one into place and run that through. I love the fact that for a little die, it makes the most gorgeous flower.
Yeah, I think when you look at the finished flower, if you had to match the finished flower up to the quill die cut piece, you'd never put these two together, would you? Because there's so much going on in the flower for such a tiny bit of cardstock.
Yeah, absolutely. Right,
I must ask Sharon how these stems have been done as well on these pots, because they're amazing, aren't they?
So clever, aren't they? Yeah, the whole, everything about them is very, very clever. And like Sharon said, I mean, the actual technology that goes in to get these right is quite a bit. So we're going to push that one off, and then all we're going to do is we're going to bend those back. So we have our 3 there, so you have your 3 pointing one way, and then you have your 3 pointing the other way to give you that beautiful lily effect. And you can move these around slightly, and then you've got those pieces in the middle. I mean, they're absolutely, I mean, that is just a gorgeous flower to be able to make. I absolutely love that. So we've got that one. I've got some extras here. All I've done with these ones, I've coloured in the edges in black, so you can just colour in those little stamen that give you the little black pieces. And then we've got our leaves as well. So with your leaves, pull these out, pop them in. I love foliage. I love being creative with it. I like that you can sort of manipulate your dies. What Sharon's done here is she's put you in sort of score lines to make the leaves. But what I like to do, if you curl them one way, which curls it round, you can then just curl the leaf back. So you get a really beautiful, like
so realistic.
Yeah, a real realistic feel. So I love this shape of leaf. I think these are amazing. So just bringing that in, and it's just creating that sort of wave through them, that realism. I mean, look at them.
The lily seems to be the one that's really, the lily people are loving. The orchid seems to be, those are the two that are really captivating people's imagination at the moment. And I think it's because there aren't a lot of flower dyes out there that have really managed to be able to create a realistic looking lily.
Yes,
I mean,
that's very
I think
true.
we've really tried a lot over the years to create them, but these do. I think they're one of the first die sets that have absolutely nailed it when it comes to the lilies. So if you've been waiting for that die set which is going to enable you to create very realistic lilies, then this is definitely it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to position these onto here. So we're just going to pop them into place. And then what we can do is, oh, my glue's getting a little bit splodgy. So we're going to pop those in there. I also want to, I've got just a really nice bold ribbon, but actually I think the ribbon is going to take too much of the card away. So we're just going to pop these. And all I'm going to do is put my blob of glue inside. Well, that will keep then the structure of your leaves. So just on there. And then we'll put these on the other side. And then onto there. But yeah, I'm not surprised these have been popular because they are absolutely stunning. And if you did want to do that lily pad as well, you do have the actual lily pad leaf in this collection.
Would love to see these cut out of some printed vellums as well. I think some of the gorgeous floral vellums. Or you'd go quite abstract with these, couldn't you? You know, incorporating a whole host of different mediums in here that you might want to die cut.
Yeah, absolutely. And there we go, Jo. I'm keeping that really nice and simple, but just a beautiful card. And that frame die is amazing. So if you're going for that whole collection, you will get that frame die in there, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, and we think it will fit in the shadow box dies, the larger shadow box die.
Oh wow,
Could
yeah.
put that, imagine that, you know, mounting that into one of the shadow box
Oh,
dies
that would
would
be
be a
amazing.
really, really great way to go. Let me just remind you then exactly what you're getting included. So you are getting everything. It is a brand new launch. That's not the right side, is it? There you go. So you've got the Rose Bliss frame, which is this one just here. Again, absolutely beautiful. Love all of that embossed detailing that you've got on there. Then we've got this one. This is your pretty posies, as you can see just there. And then we're going to get into the flowers as well. So here's all the flowers that you're going to receive. In fact, you know what? Let me show you on the flowers over here because I think it's a much nicer way of seeing them here in these particular pots that we've got. So in here, what you're going to firstly get is you're going to get the tea rose, which is this one just here. It's absolutely stunning, that really lovely, gorgeous petite rose that you've got just there. This one here is the Ranunculus, really lovely full flower that you've got within there. Then we have the lily, which is this one here. You've just seen how easily that comes together. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Think about colouring up those stamens that are in there. I think collections of those on stems like this are going to look stunning too. Then you've got the champagne rose, which if you can have anything, have champagne, Debbie, that's what I always say. You've got the orchid there, again, like the lily, one that I think has been very, very difficult to achieve in the past. Sharon's absolutely nailed it on the design of the lily. And then you've also got the mountain peony here too, which is great. Remember, you're getting the floral element. You are getting the foliage included as well, which is just going to make it so much easier for you too, and also create something that looks very, very realistic. Then remember what you're getting as well. So you're going to get all of your different papers within here. That's the tea rose, the champagne rose, the lily, the mountain peony, the orchid, and the ranunculus. And you're also getting two gorgeous embossing folders. Now, these embossing folders are going to work beautifully with this collection. They'll work incredibly away from it. I absolutely love this one just here. It's so tactile. The emboss on that is so incredibly deep. I know it's a 3D folder, but it's absolutely incredible, the depth that we've managed to achieve on that. All of that today, $99.99 or $123.65, which is brilliant because that is a 25% discount on what is brand new stock. That's for everyone. That's before you think about your Club Inspired discount as well, which everyone is going to be able to use. Platinum members, you're looking at under £80 or $100, which is great value. A lot of you are then choosing to add also the extra papers into your collection. Go and have a look at the options to do that over on the website. But from experience, from knowledge, I know from history, sorry, the paper's always the first thing that go in these collections. So if that's happened to you before, you've had them and then not been able to get the papers, now's a great time to stock up on them. £7 or $9 individually, and they will work with other Sharon Callis quilling flowers. So if you've got the succulents, these would work beautifully with those as well. Let me show you some of the other stuff that's in the show as well. The heartfelt greetings, we've got some amazing deals for you on this. These should be £14.99 or $17 each. So for an extra £2, you're getting all four. It's a saving of over £40 or $45. We then have the flower fairies. So different options for you. If you want to go for the character collection, that's going to give you 3 sets of the stamps and the dice. You've got the rose, the jasmine, and the aster. Or what you can do is go for the smaller sets where you get the stamps and dies, and then what you're also getting is the quilling flower to go with it. So that's the jasmine. You can also go for the aster if you want to as well. Again, look at that. You are saving more than double what you're spending there on those. Now, the ever popular, I'm going to say it, legendary succulent collection at one of the best ever prices I've seen it. Everyone saves £83 or $115. You're paying for 4 elements here, and we're giving you the rest for free, which is amazing. $34.99 or $48.99 if you want to get your hands on those. And then we also have the From the Heart collection. If you want some really lovely big statement sentiments with a load of really cool embellishing elements to go with them, then these are definitely for you. $33.95. You're buying 2, you're getting 4 for free there within that collection, which is great. Loads and loads of love for all things Sharon Callis in the comments. Sherry says, I cannot get over how realistic these flowers look. Lovely to see them all lined up together. What a great gift these would be for Mother's Day, says Kristen. Kathy says the die would be great for a scrapbooking page. You could use a die to cut a photo in the centre of the die cut. I love that it's large enough to cover almost the entire card front. Large dies are so difficult to find, and loads of love coming in for that last demonstration as well. We're going to go back to Sharon, who's going to inspire us even further. What would you like to look at next, Sharon?
Well, what we'll do is we'll take a look at the orchid, because that's another flower that when you look at the die, you say, well, how does that become that? And I'll show you how to add the wire, because you were saying how they were done in the pot. So it's so simple to add the wire to that. So it's just to show you how to do that. So what we've got here then is, this is the orchid die. So when you look at this, it looks a little bit different because I've got different size petals on both sides. But you'll understand why in a second. Because with an orchid, if you look at it, it's got 3 big petals, but underneath it's got 3 smaller petals. So like the lily, you've got a top layer and a bottom layer, your stamen in the center, all done for you. So we'll get up that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add a little bit of color to the top petal, right? So just go along the edge. Look, that's all it takes. You can see how easily that curved up. Again, with that, we're going to turn it over. I'm going to do this. Okay? So that is just those 3 petals. And then, like all the other quilling flowers, we're going to fold along the perforated line. Okay? And then we're going to add our red liner tape. So, like all the other flowers, there's no magic trick to this one. And wait and see what happens when we go to quill this one. So again, just going to snip that and then have a fight with the red liner tape. I don't know how Debbie does it with her nails. She's just like the master of red liner tape at the moment. She just whips it off. Okay, so that's our orchid ready to quill. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to add wire to any of the quilling flowers. So this works with any of them. Just get your green florist wire. You can get in craft shops or flowers. But on the top, to create a little hook. Not a big one, just a little one. Give it a little pinch, and that's all we need. So we have our little hook on that. I'll give it a little bit more of a tighter pinch just to keep it in. And then we come to our paper, and then we're just going to go in about 8 mil, and we're just going to hook it on. Then we're going to get our quilling tool and go in front of that and start quilling. So we're going to turn, but now that the quilling tool and wire are together, grab them together and just quill. Just turn them together. That's all you have to do, and that's how easy it is to add the wire. So we're going to work down our stamen, and now we're coming to our petals. So you see the first one is lifting. Again, give it a little pinch, and this is just to help you. And then as this one is turning, that little pinch, keep going. The next one comes up, little pinch, and then we should be okay. Because we're going to just bring this around, beat it. So we're going to hold here and pull it together. Then I'm going to flip out the tool and let the wire fade. That's how easy that is. Just to show you then how we form, I'll bring it up a bit closer. When you start to open this out, you bring down this petal, and twist on me, then this petal. So what I'm trying to do is ensure that the middle petal pops out over the top one. So you've got one on the top and 2 at the sides, and you can see already of the orchid shape. Then really all you have to do is twist that one down, twist that one down, and bring that one down. And then just open out the center.
So cool.
You have got your orchid. You know, you can move them around behind, you can twist these around. Like I said, there's plenty of room for you to move them around if you want to give them all a different look. But that's how easy that orchid is to make.
Really, really beautiful. And again, so realistic. And I know they're so hard to grow, aren't they, orchids? So many people really struggle to grow them. You can make them so easily. What an amazing deal on succulents, says Deborah. Lots of love coming in for those. I mean, that took moments, Debbie, didn't it, to put together that orchid? It's so time effective, these designs.
So what's lovely about it, there's no trickery in it, Joe. It literally is the die. You just need your red liner tape. You're just going to quill it up or roll it up. So it's just amazing. And honestly, every single person out there will be able to make these flowers. When you then want to have lots of flowers and you want to put together, you can create 3D pieces like this piece in front of me. Sharon created this, and it honestly is just incredible. So having that cascading flowers all coming out, there is all of the flowers in there, including the orchids, the lilies, the roses. Honestly, it is such a masterpiece. And then to have all that foliage as well is incredible. But then what you can do with it, you can take them onto your everyday card making, everyday gift making, everyday 3D construction. So being able to create a box, having those beautiful big lily pads underneath, and those gorgeous lilies look absolutely incredible. But being able to bring them into your card making, doing that cluster on there. Think of weddings and wedding stationery that you've got that you can do that on. That Ranunculus is absolutely, Ranunculus, not redonkulous. I knew I would slip up and say it. Those words are so close together. It's not a redonkulus, it's a ranunculus.
Stop being so ranunculus.
Ranunculus, yes. I love this. There's that 3D, that embossing folder that we did in that first demo. I'm just going to bring that one in just to show you how different it looks in different makes. So doing that, look at that, doing that in that yellow and then doing it in a blue Centura gives it two completely different looks, and it looks amazing. So think about going for that whole collection so you can grab all of those. We've got some more lilies there, and I'm just going to show you one more which I absolutely adore. What I love about this, you probably can't really see it, but inside, just on the edges of your petals, we've put some gilding wax. We'll say we've put, Sharon Callis, so Sharon made this one. Sharon's put some gilding wax just on the ends, and look how beautiful. I mean, that is stunning, absolutely stunning. White embossed folder with gilding wax on top as well, and it looks incredible. So many different things that you can be doing with your flowers to decorate, to create home decor pieces, for wedding stationery. There is something for every single person. So let's just pop those out of the way, and then we're going to do a little make. So what I have got here is I've got some dies that we've already done. So you've seen Sharon cut them out. I've already got some cut out, and I've put that red liner tape on. Now what I have done is I've just used my EB5, so my coffee bean, and all I've done with this is I've gone in on those stamens and just coloured them in. So you just colour those tips in, and that will just give you those sort of seeds in the middle, which just gives it a really lovely look. Now I've done that on a few here, so we've got a few different ones. And then I've just coloured those in, already put my red liner tape on. So Sharon was saying about the red liner tape and how I make it look easy. What it is because I always run my nail down to really stick it on, because a lot of the problem with getting your red liner tape off is because your the sticky tape is not attached. Once you've done that, it comes off really easy. So you literally
you're a whiz.
Yeah, but it is literally because you just have to make sure that it's really burnished into your card. So taking them off, so there we go. So it is, you just have to make sure burnish. If you don't have any nails to burnish them down, Joe, just use your scoring tool and just rub it over your thing, and it'll go really easy. Right, so let's quill these up. There we go.
Do you know what they look like to me before they're quilled? They look like wide, skinny trees and wide trees.
Skinny trees and wide trees.
They look like trees.
Yes, I see what you mean. There's lots of different ways to do them, aren't there? Right, so we're just going to curl these in. I love this one because you've got that little stamen piece on the inside which holds them. And it must have took a lot to do these for Sharon, because to get the technology right in that turning them round in the right place. So now we've got our little seeds there, our little stamens, and then we're going to sort of go round then to bring these in. So like
it's the placement of those petals that's so clever, isn't it?
It's very clever, isn't it? So we're just going to sort of give these all a little bit of a turn in. So then when we start to fold into it, these will start to all form round. So again, turning them in, bringing these ones in, and then just attaching that last bit. So we just didn't bring those ones in. There we go. So bringing them all in there. So taking that one off. And like Sharon says, so what we always have that center one in it's a very hard flower to do, but you always have the biggest one in the center and the two behind. And then you always have like, almost like these three little tongues that sort of just come out. But that is incredible that you can make that flower.
Amazing.
And then just give these little stamens. I mean, that's just, it's so amazing, isn't it? And so clever, like really, really clever. So that's one. Let's do our other ones. Just bringing in that tool again. And bringing that in. So just rolling that round. I mean, you could shape these beforehand. So what you could do is, once they're on there, we could sort of bring in our tool, you see, just to turn those edges in. So there's all sorts of different ways of being able to do them. Let's just make it easier to grip these in. And then that one. But they're just very clever. If you love making flowers like I do, you're going to absolutely love this collection. But what I do love about it, Jo, is all the different things that go with it as well. So like the embossing folders, the papers, I think you're going mad for the papers, and I'm not surprised because they truly are amazing.
And the one thing that sells out, if any, you know, we learn time and time again, don't we? Especially when you've got corresponding papers like this, they are the first thing to go. So, and the thing that you're going to use a lot of, and you're getting a lot in here though, you're getting 180 sheets within there, Debbie, and a lot of those sheets you can actually double up on. So it's a lot of flowers to begin with, but I know you'll definitely want more.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing, isn't it? And there we go, look, straight in, just your little stamens, and then you've got your flower. I mean, it's so real. I mean, so realistic. So really lovely. And then we've just got one more. And then the ones I do love, that they've got the little buds in here as well, which look amazing. So what I have done, I'll bring them in. I've just coloured some in. So just turning these in as we go round. Just tuck them in. And that will all find its way. Stick that one down. And the only thing I would absolutely tell you to do is, if you're going for the collection, make sure you put the red liner tape in your basket, because you definitely need red liner tape to make these in.
And is it the 3mm one you've been using, Debbie?
It's the 3mm,
yeah.
Yes. I mean, you know what? I've done 3, and every one I kept thinking, wow, look at that.
I know, they're amazing, aren't they?
They're just so good, so lovely, and so realistic, and the papers are beautiful. But look at this, Jo. I've just cut these out of white card. These are the actual die in the, let me just bring it in. I haven't even brought them in. This one here I love. So just cut this out. In fact, let me cut one out for you so you can see, because I'm just showing you, and I really want you to see how easy they are to colour in. So let me just grab my mini and we can pop that through. So might just need to trim that down a little bit more. I could literally just have a show where I make flowers the whole show. I would love that. In fact, could we arrange that, and then I'd have plenty of embellishments when we when we have to do a show, and I need to just have loads of flower embellishments.
Nice.
But look at this. I mean, this is beautiful. I'm going to bring it into on the back black card so you can see it. Really gorgeous design on there. And then I'm just going to bring in some of our pens. I thought I had a green, and I've got a feeling I might have put it back. So let me just go and grab my green. And then we'll just colour this one in. So I don't want to colour onto there because I need to use that. I'll colour onto this piece. And it's always good colouring onto a white piece of, a darker colour card, because if you colour onto a white piece, you won't see what white bits you've missed.
Right. That makes sense. I've never thought of that before, Debbie.
Yeah, I know. Most people colour
really
onto
cool.
white card, but then you can't actually see, and then you move it off and think, oh, I missed a bit. So you can actually see where you haven't on there. So just going to do that. And then all I'm going to do is from the bottom, we're just going to take some of this purple up. onto that centre. So nice and easy. I've now switched to my tri-blend. So I'm leaving those tops white, and then we can go in with that bit of a darker colour. So just give that lovely detail. And again, and then if you want to, you can then go in with that darker one. But obviously, whatever medium that you like to use, but just right at that tip, just going to put the dark one onto that one. There we go. Right, so we've got those and those. So what I'm going to do now, Jo, I've just got myself a piece of card. Let me give you the measurements to that. It's 5.5 by 5 3/4. And then I've measured myself a piece of acetate. Now my acetate is 7 3/4, I believe. Yeah, 7 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then I've come in at just 1/2 inch on each side and scored, and then popped my red liner tape on. And then I've just done myself some ribbon, and I've just stuck it down at each end, okay? Because we're going to actually make ourselves a little, just a dome front really. And this is more as a sort of decoration. So this you could have as home decor, or you can make it as a gift, or you could have it as a card. Just make sure before you put this together, actually sign the back and put your message on the back before you put it all together. Otherwise you won't be able to write on it. And then all I've got here, I'm going to use then my With Love. So I've done that one first, so we can then fill inside. We're going to just pop that on the inside. Let me bring in my tape pen. So just onto there, nice little sentiment, with love. And then I'm going to bring in my leaves. So I've got some extra leaves cut here. Bring these in. And then I've got some of these because these are so pretty. So we've got some extra ones of those. And then we've got our 3 leaves. So let's again, we're going to use this. I like to just curl those leaves front and back because it just adds that extra detail and it just makes them look real. And when you're using a domed effect like this, it means you can get away with that 3D look a little bit more. And it's just a case of using your pokey tool. Use the tools that you have.
And they're sort of curved in that way.
They look amazing, don't they? Look so amazing. And that's actually very, with Sharon being very clever with the colours she's using, those card packs. And don't forget, those card packs could be used for any of your flowers that you've got. Right, so let's start off with, I'm going to start off with our flowers. Let's pop these into place. So I'm just going to put a little bit onto here. And we're going to just dot these around just to make a sort of feature, sort of curved feature coming round. So onto there, and I'm just checking all the time, so I've left that enough to come round to create that dome over the top. And then all we're going to do now is sort of position our leaves. So we're going to pop those onto there. And use a variety sort of your darker ones and your lighter ones, just to give a little bit of contrast. And then we've got our, let's pop that coming around there. And in fact, I'm just
loving
trim.
the lily and orchid papers, especially out in front at the moment. If you want to go for duplicates of those, extras of those, I would absolutely be fast for them. They are flying out, Debbie.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. They are amazing, aren't they? Yeah, the orchid is just, I think, exceptional. I mean, absolutely exceptional. And I love, this is a beauty, this I'm going to use loads of because it's just a really versatile, really pretty dye to use. Cut out different colours, coloured in however you want it. Is absolutely stunning. Just don't want that to come through because we'll see that on our black card. So let's just pop that just on there. And then we're just going to finish with our other leaves. So pop some more coming from here. And then one coming onto here. And then we're just going to use these ones. I mean, it's just beautiful, isn't
It's very
it?
oriental, isn't it, this particular design?
Yeah, orchids are though, aren't they? I think they have got that.
Aren't
Are
they like renowned as being very difficult to look after?
Yes.
Look after.
Yeah, very much so. I don't know anyone that's kept one for a long time.
Right.
So we're just going to place that one onto there. And then all we need to do is just take off our red liner tape on the back. Oh, I haven't put that one down enough, let's see. And then bring that round. And then just hover it. I mean, ideally, wait till it's dry before you do this bit, and then you can make sure, but, oh, and we didn't stick that middle piece down, look down there, but that's fine. That's fine. But there we go. Once that's come round, there's our beautiful dome one. I'll just bring in my finished one so you can see that one as well. So
Really
absolutely
gorgeous.
lovely. Yeah, really lovely way. And it just makes a nice home decor piece or just a nice gift to give to someone.
Yeah, it really, really does. Let me take you back through then the flowers that you're getting. Remember, 6 brand new floral designs for you in this particular collection, which is amazing. So the first one you're going to be looking at, this gorgeous one here. This is your tea rose, so it's that smaller style of rose for you. All the foliage in there. I believe that's a double one that you've got there, but again, absolutely really so dense and full. Then we are moving on to this one here. Now this is the Ranunculus that you've got there, and again, very, very dense, so realistic, which is what I love about these. Then the lily, which again is stunning. You can see there just how beautiful that is. You could actually scent these as well if you wanted to, couldn't you, Debbie? You know, with some sort of spray, you know, either perfume or
Oh, I love
like
that
essential
idea.
oils
Yeah,
or
of
something
course.
like that to give them a real sort of really lovely floral
Absolutely.
smell. We then have the champagne rose as well, which is very tightly cut, cute little rose that you can see there. The orchid being this one here, and again, just stunning how realistic that looks. And then finally, you've got that mountain peony there too. I mean, if they were in pots at home or, you know, in a vase at home, you wouldn't question that they were real, would you, looking at them from there? I mean, they look stunning. They really do. What you're also going to receive in here is you're going to get 2 beautiful frames to mount these onto. This one being your Rose Bliss frame, this one here being your Pretty Posies frame. You then have all of the different papers here as well. So you've got your tea rose, 30 sheets of each in these, champagne rose, this is your lily, you're going to get the mountain peony, the orchid, and the ranunculus. Very busy across all of the extra paper pads. The lily and the orchid, especially busy at the moment. If you want extras on those, I would urge you to be quick on those. And then these 2 gorgeous embossing folders. I absolutely adore this one. That sort of really lovely geometric finish. Going to be such a great backdrop for lots of these floral designs, but also some you're going to use across the rest of your stash too. And then you've got the gorgeous floral design in there as well. $99.99 or $123.65 of our launch stock. Half has now sold out and gone, under £80 or $100 for Platinum members. Only about half an hour left on the show. I'm going to give you an opportunity to check out because there are a lot of you with this sat in your basket at the moment. Whilst you do that, let's share with you one of our fantastic quick buys.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. will also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
So busy. Lots of you checking out there under that last piece of video. Calls for card of the show, I'm hearing. Patty says beautiful collection there as well. I love all of the Sharon Callis designs. Very busy launch again, Sharon, as we expect every single time that you come to us. Which flower would you like to take us through next?
I think we'll go with the Ranunculus.
Fabulous.
And I will show you how to make the first one, but how to expand it, how to make it into a bigger bloom, so that people will know what I was talking about earlier on when they said you can make a smaller or a large flower.
Awesome.
So what I've done is I've taken the Ranunculus die and I've taken the pad, but I've taken out these 2 sheets. Now if you look, if I turn that and put that there, it's like the colour runs all the way through.
Oh yeah.
So that's, you know, the effect that that's going to have on your flower is going to be amazing. So we're going to start with the die itself, and then I've cut that out, and like the other flowers, I've just added some shape to break the tension that's in the paper on one side, and then we just flip it over and do down the other side as well, all the way to the bottom. And now we're going to fold it along the perforated line, and then I've got 2 of them here. So I'm going to start with a light centered flower that works its way then out. So again, red line tape. So this is the 3 mil. So this is just so simple, and it's a quick way of making the larger one. So red line, this one, and then we're going to put on the second one as well. Now, when we start making the flower, we're going to start with a smaller petal and work our way to the large. But when you're adding the second layer, it doesn't matter so much. You can start with the small or the large petal. So I'll do what Debbie says, put the tape down with my nail, and then hope for the best. But then Debbie is over there. Did that work? It did. Debbie's a genius.
Hey!
There. Right here. But then I found that if you have your red liner tape anywhere near a radiator, forget it, you're not going to get the red liner backing off it. It seems to kind of go extra gummy and sticks to even the backing tape. I'll take that one off now. The rest of the 2. Right. So again, get the quilling tool, start with the smaller end, turn it and pinch. Turn and pinch. This is just to stop them breaking. Turn and pinch. Just for the first few. And then you can just go ahead down to the end. As I said, there's hardly any tension in this because you don't want to pull it too tight because it just messes with your line. And look, that's how simple. That's just one layer. That's just your basic. Now you can add stamens when you started to quill into that if you wanted. It's just like I did with the wire. You just add your red liner tape, stick a couple down, then start to quill and they'll all stay in place. Now, coming around the back, where the last one ends is where we're going to start the next. We're just going to start there, get it to stick, then continue quilling. Just for the first turn, you are off the way. See how quick that is? Just keep going. Now that, but look at the colour effect that will have. That is gorgeous. Now you can keep going with that. Want to go bigger and bigger and bigger, and just how. You know, we were talking about papers, and we saw Debbie looking up as well. You have felt. I'm not talking about the thick wood, I'm talking about the polyester pin. That's gorgeous with you can decorate them. It's on a irritation alcoholing. You have those foils in an aluminum can. You can make these for exterior. You can have them in your garden as well. So don't just think of your garden, think of other projects that you can use them on. Again, I'm going to pop it up. And then we have our pallets. Pallets is quite large on this. That's perfect because I knew that people want to make a large like that. And that just finishes off the back of it. It has it all neat and tidy. And then we have our other foliage as well. We just put them in. And when you put it all together, look how gorgeous that is. That on a buttonhole even for a wedding, I think that's really stunning.
Really, really gorgeous. And one of six brand new flower designs in here for you. Absolutely loads of this, loads of love. Catherine's got a question. I'm going to ask Sharon actually. Sharon, the soil that's in these pots, any idea how this has been done?
Oh, will I give away a trade secret?
Oh, I don't know, will you?
So basically, if you go into any home decor shop, you know the sand that you see that's in the jars? That's literally what I did was I got some of the tacky glue.
Right.
Put it in a bowl, poured in a load of that.
Right.
Mixed it up, pasted it out, and then it's just brown paint.
That's amazing. It's really, really cool. It really does look like soil. It was actually Catherine that was asking about that. She thought it was foam in there. But yeah, what a brilliant tip. Thank you for that, Sharon. Pammy saying that's so awesome as well. Right, we're going to go straight back over to Debbie because I think she's got even more inspiration for us.
Absolutely. Right, so to carry on from Sharon, let's do that ranunculus. We've got the green one, so I'm using a green, but what I'm going to do with this one is fold it over. What I love is that Sharon has kept these papers double-sided, and because we've got the power of the Gemini, it means that I can cut through a couple at a time, so we can fit all of those on, and that's going to create 2 of each. Then I've got 2 like Sharon, so I'm using the lilac one and that green one, so we're going to cut through 2 of those as well. So pop them on, pop them into here, and then we can run them through. I think we'll have to do them separate, so we'll do this one first. I'm going to do it right in the centre, and then pop our plates on and run that through. And like I said earlier, if you don't have a Gemini, you might just have to put it through a couple of times, but the dies will cut through those paper pads with 2 at a time. So that's our petals, and then we're just going to pop our leaves in as well. So just pop them on. If you need to stick them down, then just put some low-tack tape on them. I'm just being extra careful when I put them in and running them through. So in no time at all, you're getting those die cuts done. And that's what I love about these, Jay, because I feel like you can be really creative with them in a quick amount of time because they don't take long at all. So we're just going to take those off so we can see we have got those extra pieces. Can I just say, Joe, I couldn't believe the price of the succulent sets. If anybody has not gone for those or hasn't got them, absolutely go for those, because that's a ridiculous price, and you will absolutely love them. Right, so like what Sharon did, we're going to bring in our foam base, our stamping foam, and we're going to use our biggest ball tool and just creating that effect. So I'm just doing that sort of rounded effect on them, just creating our beautiful leaves. Because if you look at the sort of ranunculus flower, that's exactly, and then we'll turn it over and do it the opposite way. So it just looks amazing. It's got that sort of all cupped effect, hasn't it? That sort of beautiful cupped effect, which is such a lovely flower. And I do love that we can make them bigger and bigger and bigger. You could just keep going with your quilling flowers, wrapping them round until you eventually don't have enough to go round them. But you can create some really stunning large flowers with this one. And then we're going to do the same with the green. So again, just using your ball tool. And of course, you don't have to do these, but it definitely adds to that effect. So popping that round.
I love all the different options you've given us, Debbie, as well, about how you can put this together, you know, and Sharon as well, whether you want to use your tweezers, pokey tool, quilling tool, if you want to use your ball tool, it's completely up to you. I think it's just about finding the easiest way and your favoured way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and you will find what you prefer to do. Some people love tacky glue to use on these. I just find wet glue is too messy. You could use your tape pen, but again, you'd get quite a lot of stickage on the edge, so it wouldn't...
don't want your stickage where you don't want it,
absolutely, do you? No stickage where you don't want it. What it'll also do is it's not as strong as red liner tape. Nothing's as strong, really.
Right.
Red liner tape is the one that's going to be very strong for your quilling flowers and won't come apart. So popping that on there. And to stick them on, you could use your either your glue gel or your glue gun, because a hot glue gun is going to be perfect for sticking these down. And with a hot glue gun, obviously, you've got instant stick as well, where you'd have to let your quilling flowers dry a bit. So you can see all I'm doing is going up there with mine now, just so it makes it easy to take our red liner tape off. There we go. And another little tip, although I've not got my kitchen towel at hand, if you put the backing of red liner tape onto kitchen towel, it's anti-static, so it'll take all the static out.
Oh, did Ian tell you about
that? I think I told Ian about it.
Did
actually,
you?
Joe.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
So naughty. So naughty. Ian obviously got it from somewhere as well, as I probably did. I don't know how I knew that fact.
Yeah, you got it from Ian.
I was waiting for someone to play the video, because obviously I could prove it that I did it on air before Ian.
Did you?
But I don't want to be competitive. It's just that Joe makes me like that, because he's just...
I love that it's my fault.
I know, he stirs
I'm just
the
sweetness
pot.
and light, me, Debbie. Honestly, I'm so innocent. You paint me as this monster.
You're a lovely monster though, Joe.
Thank you.
Right, so then we're adding another one on. So just quilling that one round. And do you know what? Should we be really naughty, Joe, and add another?
Oh,
I
let's.
know, I've got one here.
Craft big or go home, Debbie. That's what we say, isn't it?
I know, so let's just pop another one on. Because that's the loveliest thing about these, is we can keep adding. I haven't used my ball tool on these ones, so we'll just have to sort of bend these around. I'm going to take that off now, because that's getting a bit fiddly, so we can just roll that round, just making sure that sticks. There we go, onto the end. And then, I mean, look at that. They're like those, like the cabbage, like you used to call them cabbage, you know, those big ones that you get
Yeah,
with the
I
big
thought that
thing.
earlier.
Yeah, they're just beautiful. Right, now, all I've done here, let me grab the embossing folder, because I want to show you it. Oh, I've done the same embossing folder. Let's do a put it somewhere. Here it is, right in front of me. I want to show you the other one because I've shown you the this one already. So although this is in the demo, I do want to just quickly show you this one, whoever hasn't seen it in this show, because it is absolutely stunning. And we're just going to do it with a different colour, still using that letterpress technique, but this time I'm going to apply the blue over the top. And I've done this with the other one for the demo, but I do want you to see that this is how different it looks, because it's absolutely stunning. So if you want to, if you're sort of cherry picking and you're just going for some different parts of the collection, pop yourself in an embossing folder, because they are truly, oh, I've done that wrong, haven't I? It's porous.
It's handy, that pause button, isn't it?
Yeah, really handy. It would have just eventually pushed it back out to me. I put in the both plates, Joe. So
Oh, you need one, do you?
no, I need the plastic shim, not the top plate. So let's just pop that one in. There we go. I can feel it straight away.
I have worked like in craft for quite a while now, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what the plate combination is for a metal die or an embossing folder or a 3D embossing
Really?
folder.
I
But
don't-
if I'm standing there, I can do it.
Oh, okay.
But I can't tell you what it is
Right,
unless I'm
okay.
stood there and actually doing it.
Ah, okay,
yeah.
right.
And if you were doing it, it was wrong, I wouldn't know by looking at it. It's only like physically doing it. Very strange, isn't it, how your brain works?
It is funny, yeah, very strange. I'm a bit like that with spelling. I'm really good at spelling, but I can't off the top of my head. I
So you
really
have to like be
write it
actually
down.
writing it out.
Yeah,
Strange, isn't it?
But look at that. I mean, it's
Stunning.
such a beautiful embossing folder. Look how deep that is. I mean, that's the deboss. Then to have the embossed detail is absolutely stunning. But what I have done is I've created some panels. So I've done this with the other one, and then we're creating a box. So I've already stuck a few of these on because I think that the flowers really lend themselves perfectly for embellishments, especially on boxes, because your boxes don't need to be gift wrapped because they're already the gift, aren't they? So it means that you can get away with putting them on top of boxes and not having to worry about your envelopes or your gift wrapping. You can just pop them straight onto the box. So keeping this really nice and simple, just done my box lid. So getting that central. I'm sticking them down first before I put my box together, but now I am going to put my box together because you want to do this before you stick your flowers into place, and it just allows you to have that sort of structure of being able to wiggle it and get it right rather than having your flowers on top. So let's just pop that down. I think we're getting, we're getting very near the end. I think we might just get away with that.
Tape pens are back, Debbie. Both sets, both types are in stock.
I know. I was
Amazing,
so happy.
isn't it?
Last week they come back and I was so happy. Yeah, we were all getting a little bit worried. We thought Tape Pen Gate was going to come back into play again.
Honestly, it was like 2020 all over again, Debbie.
It seemed to take them ages to come back into stock. We kept
It did.
saying that they were coming and they just never seemed to. So.
But Lily was saying yesterday that she's a bit worried about them again.
Oh no. Well, that's not good, is it? Right, so I've done my box space already, just done it slightly smaller.
I like that,
bigger.
you know, especially when you've got a decorative panel on the side. I like it, the lid a little bit shorter than the base.
Yeah,
I think it's really cute.
Yeah, absolutely. All you have to remember is to have the same circumference in the centre as what is your boxes, and then you just make these smaller. Right, so let's stick these into place, Joe. So I'm just going to use, there it is, my glue gel. And then we're just going to pop that in. Now what I've also got is I've just found, this was in my spring, so let me just, I had it in, spring is in the air. This was the sentiments that was spring is in the air. And it says, a lifetime is not long enough to love you.
What does it say? Say that again?
A lifetime is not long enough to love
Oh, that's so nice.
you. It's really lovely, isn't it? Yeah, spring is in the air, that one come from. So we're going to pop that down there, and then we're going to place all our flowers around that. So let's pop this in. And in fact, I'm going to shape these as well. So bring in my pokey tool, bring in that round. So even all your leaves, don't forget to sort of give them a shaping because it really does make them look so realistic. And just lovely features on here. So let's pop that right in the corner. And you can see I'm placing these down afterwards. I've got some that I've already done here, so let's use them. So just pop that into there. And then our last one onto this side. And then we're just going to place that right in the centre onto there. And there we go. There's our beautiful box.
Really, really stunning, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Debbie, did you want to grab your demos?
Oh,
We'll just
yeah,
demo the show, if
absolutely,
that's all right.
yes.
And then we're going to go back over to Sharon, who's going to share with us how to do the last couple of designs. Let me run you back through then all of those brand new flowers that you've got in this collection. It is absolutely stunning. You guys have loved every single launch that we've brought you from Sharon's beautiful coral flowers, and I think these might be the most popular ones yet. So in here, remember, you're getting the tea rose, the ranunculus, the lily. This one here is your champagne rose. You've got the orchid and the mountain peony. What an absolute gorgeous selection of flowers those are. Right, demo of the show then, Debbie.
Yes, so we've got number 1 was our first one, that lovely yellow one. Number 2 was the one with the frame. Number 3 was our domed orchids. And number 4 was our box.
Amazing.
So 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Brilliant. Get voting. You've got a few minutes to get your votes cast. Whilst you do that, I know we've got 2 more flowers to make. I can see Sharon beavering away up on the bottom of my screen. What would you like to take us through next then, Sharon?
Well, the last 2 flowers are the tea rose, and the smallest flower of all is the peony. So we'll start with the tea rose, because as I said, when I was showing you the die at the beginning, I showed you that the top of the petal had these little they look like love hearts, to be honest. You know, you probably get away with these out as love hearts, you know. But what you notice on it is, with a tea rose, the petals curve back on the side, so it's easier with this. So all you do is you just get your quilling tool onto the side and just give them a little curl back. So just work your way along. Now, you don't have to be too precise, too particular. They can look rough and ready. You know, play around. You can even go to the full one with this, curl that back. So you see you have 3 different looks with that there, you know. So you do that the whole way down, then you flip it over and you do it all down this side as well. So that's all you have to do, is just use a quilling tool or tweezers to bend back the corners of those petals. And this is what you end up with there. So I have that done, and I'm going to quill that up now, because I have the red liner already on that. And this is just so quick to come together again, like all the flowers. And then we're just going to quill it up, not too tight, nice and loose. And you can watch these demos back again on Crafters TV, or this video will be up on my own YouTube channel. But look at this. By bending back the petals, you get this gorgeous kind of rustic, raggedy rose design for that. And look how easy that is. And just play around with them and put them out. That's the tea rose. And then, of course, you have your foliage. So you have a smaller petal or a larger trio. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put these petals together at the tip, a little bit on the back, put that down, and that is our gorgeous tea rose. So that's how quick and easy that is. And if you thought that was quick, the peony is even faster. So this is the peony here. And again, you just cut that, fold along the perforation. And as you see, guys, it's the same method for all of the flowers. You know, there's no new trick to learn every time you want to make one of these quilling flowers. The work is already done there for you, and all the effort. And what I would say is, you know, spend time, cut out loads of these, and then you can sit down and be your favorite just them before you know it. Particularly if you're doing a big one, and take the red line off this one. Okay. So that's the quilling. And if you have any questions, up on book, I have Sharon Callis Craft through teachers there. I think you can answer questions, or like you can just me. And then you're just going to back the pen. That is just so cute, so gorgeous, and that's just so easy to make. And again, move your quilling tool away, get your foliage, give it a little bend, a bit of freezing on the back, and that is your peony. So they're the two smallest flowers, the tea rose and peony. Again, you can make these bigger by adding more layers, but that's the basic of how to do the last two flowers.
Absolutely beautiful. So I didn't realise it was going to be that quick there, Sharon. I may have been having a mouthful of my tea there as you finished that. I was like, absolutely gorgeous. Really, really stunning. Again, demo of the show, Debbie, is number 3.
1, 2. Oh, the dome one.
Gorgeous. Yes. Yeah, no surprises there.
It is beautiful. Yeah, it is that one. Absolutely
really
beautiful.
Stunning.
Right, let's just bring in, before the end, I just wanted to bring in some more, or just to show you the samples again, because they're so pretty. So those roses, the little tea roses that Sharon was just doing are just here. So creating all these different colours, putting all that foliage behind, or foliage, it looks beautiful. I mean, that is such a lovely gift to give to anybody and looks amazing. And then if we just bring in some of the samples that the design team have done, because they're amazing. These ones, I love this. If you just love embossing folders, you can just use it with whatever colours you love in the background. We didn't get a chance to use this die, but look at this. This is the other frame die that you get in that collection. How beautiful is that? Again, stenciling through those flowers, those little daisies look amazing. And another one there doing it just slightly different. So not even using the quilling flowers, the dies are amazing in that collection. And I love that you're getting this big panel die that's inside that stays attached, but that frame is truly beautiful. But obviously, if you do want to decorate, you can decorate your boxes like we've been doing, your cards with your embossing folders that look lovely. Just lots of different ways of being able to be creative with them, and that's what I love. I think flowers and butterflies are probably the two most crafty items that people buy, Jo, because they're the things that we always need to embellish with. Yeah, absolutely everything. They look amazing. I love this card, absolutely beautiful. But I think the actual star goes to this one here that Sharon made. It is absolutely stunning. And if you love home decor, construction, card making, framing, all of that is just going to look amazing using these flowers.
Really are beautiful. I'm going to quickly run you back through the collection and exactly what you're getting in here one last time. I know we're fast running out of time. Let's start off with this one just here, that tea rose that you can see there. Isn't it absolutely stunning? The level of detail in there is absolutely incredible. Then you've got that gorgeous ranunculus there as well. Just so much detail. It's so lovely and dense, that one. The lily, and as I said earlier, I think the lily, I don't think I've ever seen a more realistic lily flower die than that one there. Really, really stunning. The next one here, this is the champagne rose that you've got. Again, so delicate. Those lovely little tightly closed cups there. The orchid, how stunning is that? And all of these, so easy and simple to put together, which I love. And then finally, the last one here is that mountain peony that you see there. Really, really stunning. And imagine a collection of these. Imagine clustering these together. You could really make these absolutely incredible. Let me just share with you also the pads that you are getting included. Great idea to go for extras of these pads, as many of you have throughout this show. The tea rose is this one just here. We then have the champagne rose, which is that one there. Your lily is this one. You've got your mountain peony, your orchid, and also your ranunculus in there as well. And what you're also getting, of course, within the main collection is you're going to get the embossing folders. There are 2 different designs in there that are going to work brilliantly with this collection across all of your other floral collections as well. And then finally, the 2 frames that are within there as well. At $99.99 or $123.65, great saving for you, under £80 or $100 for Platinum members. Right, I'm going to whiz back across to Sharon. Sharon, I've really, really enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it too. What are you doing with the rest of your weekend?
Well, I'm prepping now. You know, the product's going to be on HSN now on Tuesday. So just interact with people on social media. So it's on Facebook, it's the Sharon Callis Creative Crew, or on YouTube, Sharon Callis Crafts.
Brilliant.
And hope to see everyone there.
Yes, hopefully see you there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, Sharon. Take care. Lovely to see you as always. And also, lovely to see the lovely Debbie as well in the studio with us today. Just a little short and sweet one for us this week, Debbie, today.
Well, yeah, but I am back Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Ooh.
Yes, so you got me all day, Monday and Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday morning.
Amazing. Well, I'll be watching you from the beach.
Sunny...
Not so sunny Spain.
Oh, not so
no,
sunny.
slightly wet Spain. I think it's bonkers that the weather's better here at the minute than it is anywhere else in Europe. It's like
crazy,
a friend of
isn't
mine lives in Valencia. It's 10 degrees.
Oh wow!
How
We've
crazy
got
is
nice
that?
Sunshine.
Lovely to see you as
Yes,
always.
and you,
Look
Joe.
forward to seeing you again
Yep.
on Monday, Debbie. Don't forget as well about the times. They go back to normal tomorrow, essentially. So Saturday and Sunday shows, there's your times. 12, 7 and 4 a.m. Oh, sorry, I say midday, 3 p.m, 7 p.m, which is the East Coast times of 7, 10 and 2. It's essentially back to it was as always. And then as of Monday, we've got our midweek timings for you as well. So 10, 2 and 6 becomes 5, 9 and 1. So just back to how it always was, essentially. Don't forget to check out your basket. Very busy, well over half the stock gone. A 2-hour warning for you before that incredible Tiffany birthday launch where you got double points on everything. See you there, take care.